Let's talk about the things I like and do not like about the Nissan Ariya 87 kilowatt hours. Let's start with the likes. Overall, it is a very comfortable car. The suspension is very soft. I don't find it jumpy, but it is extremely soft, and when you drive over bumps and stuff like this, it feels very comfortable. It might be not the perfect stable car, but it's fine. It's very comfortable. The steering is fine as well. Again, it's not the most precise steering, but it does its job very well. Regen is very good, so the power in this car with 306 horsepower, this is the e-force with the Evolve packet, not the Plus. It would have even more power, but the power is more than enough with 306 306 horsepower. Here will be fun. And the regen is also very strong. It comes in not perfectly like I would want it to, but regen is strong with the e-pedal where friction brakes are being used as well, or just being in B. That's really nice. I like the features of the car. I mean, we have memory seats. The seats are overall, by the way, very comfortable. We have very nice materials everywhere in the door, and in the front we have a rear seat heating, and not just on and off. We have the 3 steps, the same as in here. We have seat cooling, so ventilated seats. I like that very well. It's just a lot of stuff in here. Android Auto, the screen looks very good. We have 2 USB-A's, 2 USB-C's. It's everything you need. You can drive this middle console front and backwards if you need that. And the light overall is really great inside in the trunk. And then of course the driving lights, the low beams are already extremely wide, and I feel very safe. And the high beam with the high beam assist with the segments that turn on and off when a car is coming towards you, and the rest stays on. It makes me feel very safe, and I like that a lot. My main like is the cockpit view. It's just so many things that you can adjust and have a different screen. It can be 2 options of what you see as your main screen, but then you have all the different menus that you can see from your home, your trip, your car, navigation, music, your assist system, and then you have settings overall. I like it very much. It just shows me a lot of data, and I can select what data I want to see. If I don't want to see it, then I just have the little screen where I just see speed, power, and my range and the state of charge. It's really amazing, and I can see it very well. The head-up display is also very good. It's not too bright, not too dark, so it's not blinding you, and it's very sharp. It's a different design, that the speed is on the right, but it's very well done. I like that you still have a panoramic roof, but you can still open it. Oh, it doesn't happen too many times anymore. I have enough space everywhere. The rear seats have enough space, and the trunk as well. There is no frunk, but I'm always okay with that. So space-wise, it's really nice. That the charge port is on the front right is also nice. I love cars that can charge in front, where you don't have to back up into a charger. You just drive in and you back out to the wide road, so it's way easier to get out than it is to get into something small. I like that. But now let's get to the dislikes. There are a few, and it's a few times it's the same what I just said. Regen, yes, regen is strong, but it comes in a very weird way. It's not there right away. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I don't know. So for example, when you have your cruise control on and you turn that off, it doesn't come in right away, which is nice. So it's not on, off, and then you have full regen. It comes on very slightly, but it's so slow that many times I need the brakes then. And the regen also doesn't go to a standstill, so it's around 15 kilometers an hour you have to use. I just find myself using the brake pedal a lot, even though it has very strong regen, and I expected a bit more with e-pedal, because in the Leaf it was amazing. So I'm a bit disappointed with that. Another thing, it's sometimes a bit confusing with the screens, is that some settings are in the cockpit, some settings are in the main screen, and when you want settings of something, you have to go into climate, and then settings, you don't have it a settings page where there's everything. It's more you go to a page and then you press settings. That can be sometimes a bit annoying. The main issue that I have with the car is the climate. Yes, you have a few buttons here in the front: temperature, the fan speed, and auto, and recirculation. But everything else, you have to go into the menu here, and then this menu, especially where the air should go, you can't, when it's a bit brighter, you can barely see it. So I don't like this. And then if you want the seat heating, you have to go on the seat heater on the icon of the seat, and then turn off and then get out. I don't know, it's not very well done, so I don't like it at all. The map is the same. The map overall works fine, but it just looks very old and very outdated. I used it and it works. Like I said, it works totally fine. It brings you everywhere. And it searches with the internet and everything. It's just the design is not something I like. It said that there's still a start-stop button. I always say that's annoying when cars still have that. It has its pros. So for example, I can turn it on, have the AC on, get out of the car, and it already cools the car, for example. You can do that with the app as well, because this car doesn't have a keep climate on or whatever. So either you do this or you close the door and use the app to start the AC. But what I notice, it takes some time. So when you get into the car and you press the start-stop button, you have to wait 1 or 2 seconds till you can put it into gear, and the infotainment system also takes a few seconds, and then you have to accept some terms. But I'm coming from a Volkswagen ID car. I know that the infotainment system can take a lot longer, so I'm okay with it. But then I can put it into gear right away. That's sometimes a bit annoying. Get into the car, want to put it into gear, and then I get a beep beep, and then I have to wait a second, and then you can do it. But that's just me. Driving overall, one negative thing is, even though it has 300 horsepower, you cannot drive it sporty because of the suspension and the steering. Cornering doesn't feel very sporty, but it's a comfortable car. So there's a trade-off, whereas for example the Neo ET5 is extremely sporty, and this is very comfortable and not sporty at all. And then some other cars can be in the middle, a bit sporty and a bit comfortable. This is just more on the comfortable side. So when you accelerate a bit into a corner or out, it doesn't feel very nice. Charging, I'm a bit disappointed with. It is amazing charging curve. You have seen the video. First amp limited, then 90 kilowatt and 40 kilowatt, and then I think almost at the end a 20 kilowatt or so. That's nice to know. So you know all the time, okay, I'm at 50%, I will get 90 kilowatt. You just know that, and you will get it till 86% or something. That's good if you know that and you can rely on that. Sometimes that's very nice when you know, okay, the battery is warm, and it's nice that it has a battery heater, so you can have a good charging power even in the winter. And like I said, I love where the plug is, but 130 kilowatt peak at a 91 kilowatt hour battery, I would have wanted at least 150, maybe 180. Even 200 would be amazing, but 170 kilowatt peak and then slowing down above 100 kilowatt till 60-70%, that would have been nice. So you can put in a lot of range in the bottom to 60% at least in a very fast time, but they just decided for something else, and that's okay. Yeah, overall I find there's not a lot of storage room. This middle thing is for nothing. You can always use the one that you have to open extra, but that you have to open it with a button to get to that thing. I don't know, why not here? I don't know what the problem with this is here. So I don't know, it's not the best design. I love that there's nothing here in the middle between the seats and in the rear as well. It's really electric platform. One thing that's really annoying, and I haven't figured it out yet, is the parking brake. Because when I put it into park, 50% parking brake engages and 50% it doesn't engage, and I haven't figured out why. Sometimes I put it in park and then I press the brake a bit harder, and then it applies the parking brake, and I think maybe it's this, and then I do it the next time and it doesn't do it, and then I just don't get it what it is. I mean, you stand somewhere and then you put it into park. You think that the parking brake would always engage automatically, but it doesn't. I don't know why. I don't know if this is an error in this car, or I'm not knowing something that you have to press something else that I don't know. Another negative for me is the sport drive mode in sport. I'm not using it because there's a motor sound, and I checked everywhere in this infotainment system and in the cockpit screen. I cannot find an option to turn off the motor sound. But it's a horrible sound. I hated it, and I used it a few times, and I was, what the hell is this? At least give me the option to turn it off. And again, I forgot to mention the armrest. The left armrest is lower than the middle armrest, so you're always sitting a bit crooked. It's very uncomfortable on a long distance trip. I mostly drive then without armrest, and it's just uncomfortable, and they can just fix it. I don't know why they did that. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.